Do you know that Nigerian lawmakers earn more money than their counterparts in the US, UK, or Canada? Often 10 times more. Meanwhile, a university professor earns less than $500 a month. Do you know that Nigerian lawmakers earn more money than their counterparts in the US, UK, or Canada? Often 10 times more. Meanwhile, a university professor earns less than $500 a month, and a doctor barely makes enough to survive in Nigeria. The question is why? Newly elected Senator Kawu Somaila stated that due to recent adjustments, each senator gets 21 million naira every month. Like in 2019, about 23.7 billion naira was approved to pay severances, averaging over 50 million naira per lawmaker. In the 2023 budget, 30.17 billion naira was allocated for severance and welcome packages. These packages make the Nigerian National Assembly one of the most expensive in the world. At a time when Nigeria's total public debt is climbing dramatically, it's so unfair to the general public that the few who have been elected to represent their interests are instead out to enrich themselves.
Hey, Tracy, what's up, girl? Welcome, welcome.
The issue of Nasarawa state has come up, and we know that even during Amakura's time, Fulanis were coming there and attacking Benue State, and Amakura will call them international hunters. He will call them international hunters, in spite of the fact that Nasarawa State does not have any international hunting grounds. He will call them because he wanted to mask that. And even today, the governor of Nasarawa State, Sule, is also masking the problem. Those of you who are in Nasarawa State will know that ancestral lands belonging particularly to the Tea people in Awe, in Doma, in Kiana, in Lafia, and in Obi have been taken over and given to Fulani people. And these Fulani people are the four people coming outside the country. Now, no other person in his right senses will ever deny that the Fulanis who are pushing and attacking us are coming from outside the country. It is people like Sule, the governor of Nasarawa State, who is giving them havoc, who is giving them refuge, who is getting the lands of his own citizens and giving it to these people. The person from Lower Benue talked about climate change. Let us be clear on one thing. The people who are coming as a result of climate change and pushing us are armed and they are not from this country. As citizens of this country, if we never resist when our governors and our politicians push us away from our lands and give it to foreigners, we will be making the greatest mistake of our lives. The Nigerian who is a citizen has no rights to the land of this country and the resources than somebody who is coming from outside this country, no matter what is chasing that person.
Now here I'm. Anyway, now this article might bring me come out this morning. Tracy, I see your comments. Boo Boo is living in bondage. Tracy, I laugh when I see the comment. I say, I'm going to ignore Tracy for now. Anyway, so let's go right into the article. This article is straight out of West Africa Wkly. You can go look it up yourself. It's an exclusive M16 CIA linked NGOs, Bill Gates. We're going to be calling him BG from now, because I did try to manage this my small YouTube, but we must speak the truth, are directly writing Nigeria's security, health, food and tax laws. Read that again. It's on my title. The only thing missing from my title is directly writing. Directly. That's the part that I could only, because it could only take so many characters. Now, let's read. It's very short read. Foreign intelligence. Guys, please like, I beg. Foreign intelligence agencies and foreign organizations, including those tied to the CIA, Britain's M16, and US billionaire BG, are directly involved in drafting Nigeria's health and food laws. A leaked brochure obtained by West Africa Wkly has revealed that several entities linked to foreign intelligence agencies and private foreign interests, like the G's Foundation, are officially listed among the development partners of the National Assembly. Your National Assembly, Nigerians. Okay? The Bill Gates Foundation is officially listed among the development partners of the National Assembly. The law was produced to mark the 10th National Assembly Open Week, held from 8 to 10 July 2025. Among the listed organizations are the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, which is the parent agency of the UK's Secret Intelligence Service, SIS/M16, the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, PLAC, which is funded by the MacArthur Foundation, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, I guess, KAS, a German state-funded political foundation with a long history of CIA collaboration, and Yaga Africa, which is funded by the CIA's notorious regime change cutout, a National Endowment of Democracy, NED. These organizations have directly participated in drafting legislation with major national security significance, including bills regarding state policing, security sector reforms, local government autonomy, the Petroleum Industry Act, tax reform modernization, and formulation of national health care and food security policy. Such partnerships under the cover of civil society and development work amount to direct foreign interference in Nigeria's internal affairs. Their existence undermines Nigeria's sovereignty and legislative independence, especially where they give foreign intelligence agencies the ability to use funding to embed themselves within the strategy and execution layers of the Nigerian government. Despite this, the National Assembly describes the partnerships in the leaked document as beneficial. He claims the collaboration has strengthened legislative capacity, promoted inclusion, and enriched perspectives. The brochure also describes such foreign engagement as proof of alignment between parliament, civil society, and development partners. Of special concern is a section of the brochure titled Strengthening Multi-Sectoral Synergy in Nutrition and Food Security at the Federal, State, and Local Government levels, which specifically reveals the presence of the Gates Foundation and at last 6 of its proxy actors on a 9-member panel on Nigeria's food policy space, effectively astroturfing an important public discourse about national food policy by ensuring that 7 of the 9 participants were working for the same person. Ekenem Isiche, Deputy Director at the Gates Foundation, Michael Ojo, Country Director of the Gates-funded Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition, GAIN, and Sunday Okoronkwo, Executive Secretary of the State-funded Scaling Up Nutrition in Nigeria, were all listed as panelists on the Food and Nutrition Policy Session, UNICEF, which had its head of nutrition, Nimat Hajiboy, as a representative on the panel, is also a long-time funding beneficiary of the Gates Foundation. Mekuna, did you guys catch something? Nigerians see the people names when they name as the deputy director, as country director, and as executive secretary. They are Nigerians. Also listed as a panelist is Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON. National President Engineer Bello Lawal. Engineer Lawal is known to enjoy a close working relationship with the Gates-funded Management Sciences for Health, MSH. And ALGON itself is also a funding beneficiary of the Gates Foundation. Dr. Ahmed Abdul Wahab, a health advisor at the Gates-funded Nigerian Governors Forum, is listed as a panelist. Finally, Uju Anwunka is listed with her double designation as SSA to the President on Public Health and focal person at Nutrition 774. N774. The N774 initiative is funded by the Gates Foundation. These names, we ought to go and find them and go and send them letters. We need to tweet them. We need to talk about them. The document overwhelming presence of Bill Gates and his interest on what purported to be a legislative discussion panel provides hard evidence to support what activists in the space have long maintained, that BG and his multiple local and foreign proxies directly interfere in Nigeria's state decision-making process with a view to influence the country's national health and food security frameworks. The brochure confirms that foreign actors are not merely advising, but actively participating in policy formulation at the highest levels of governance in Nigeria. In addition to direct involvement in Nigeria's governance processes, these actors also provide funding to local civil society groups which act as their proxies in a complex political astroturfing operation that ultimately shapes laws that govern all aspects of the lives of Nigerians. Their influence extends from health and nutrition to critical security and economic policies, areas that are central to Nigeria's survival and corporate existence. As a country with the stated ambition of becoming Africa's continental economic and political hegemony, Nigeria's entanglement with Western foreign interference extensions at its highest levels of government raises serious concerns about the true situation of Nigeria's national ambitions and whether its legislative outcomes reflect the will of the people, of the Nigerian people, or that of hostile foreign interests operating under the label of development support. I rest. The author is Mayowa Durosimi at West Africa Wkly. Let he who have ears hear. that while you sit down on the side and say e no kuku concern me, abeg Nigeria wahala plenty, e no kuku concern me, e go concern you last. Now everybody go chop breakfast, shayo, chayo, last, e don't cast. Now everybody go chop breakfast, shayo, shayo. Meanwhile, Peter Obi dey Anambra dey campaign for im candidate, LP candidate George Moralu. They are on the streets, everywhere full, everywhere scatter. Make I listen, more na listen to the audio. More na listen to the audio. I don't know whether this music make them gonna go flag this video. And I don't see him everywhere scatter. We could listen to the speech when he give.
Logistics problem. When I grant are short, I put Labour Party. Afro, Diana, Philip and Future. Maloya getting nearby, you're the new to Labour Party. Thank you. I have to say, did you know that the lines of the patches are actually spray painted?
And I don't see him, Abi. And I don't hear them. Jesse, you say, but Moralu is an Abure candidate now. He's an LP candidate, and Peter B is still LP, so he has to support the candidate. Mona here, the Minister of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy of Nigeria, Hannatu Musawa. Here we see she talk. He say power should stay in the south for the next 6 years to create a balance. Hopefully one day we'll be able to get over zoning issues and ensure candidates will only be judged based on their capacity and what they bring to the table.
Shift down ability in the scheme of things. I think zoning is important only because we have not been able to get over the doldrum of, ethnicity, and we're not looking at as Nigerian. And I think you spoke about that poem, I Am a Nigerian, that I wrote and produced a couple of months ago, which will be coming back onto the airwaves very soon. Okay, so now we have not gotten over that. And because we've not gotten over that, I think every part of Nigeria, or rather the north and the south, have to feel as if they're being carried along. So it is understandable that after 8 years of Buhari, who was from the north, power needed to shift down to the south, right? So now, power is for the next 2 years, 4 years, is going to be with a southern presidency, and hopefully power should continue for the next 4 years after that to be with a southern presidency, only to create that sort of balance. Hopefully one day we'll be able to get over that, and it will only be candidates will only be judged on their capacity and what they have to bring onto the table. But since we are not there yet, for the benefit of this
Jesus,
politics
Sina has
now,
stomach
power should
infrastructure she
certainly,
did
for the
defend.
next 6 years, remain in the southern part of the
So
country.
any political party that is fielding a candidate that is not from the south right now?
Well, for me, my
Hey, LP has two factions. Well, I mean, you know how PO they operate now. The guy know they doing things jejely. Like, as far as he's still in the LP, and I'm sure maybe Mogalu don't talk to him as well for in support. Not be waiting. It's the same thing that happened in the Do election now, when clearly the Olumide was not a favored candidate. It was clear from the jump, and we're screaming from the top of our lungs, right? There was no name that we were not called. All right, so saying that this man we cannot vote him at all. He does not have the empathy, doesn't even know how to talk to people. So we already know who we want. But guess what? He fell on deaf ears. So, I mean, he gotta do, even then people criticize Peter Obi. Why are you supporting? You know that this man is not popular in Edo State. Why are you doing this? We're just looking for a way to divide the votes, right? We also saw it play out. We can argue that, oh, PDP, APC, they all rigged the election. However, the people on ground knew who they wanted, regardless, right? So, Anambra turn be this now. So what do I have to say? So whether there's a faction or not, Peter Obi, you know how he does carry him. He sees, he's doing his own part, still being an LP person. So I don't blame him. I kind of understand why he's going to come out. You understand? And support Mogalu regardless of the factions. I understand it. I do. I understand what he's trying to do. So anyway, let's move along.
There's nothing wrong with students' loan. And I urge all of you, if you want to go to school...
And even though I disagree with Peter Obi when he did that in Edo, because that kind of put a bitter taste in my mouth, but even with that bitter taste, I still understood why he had to. He's in Labour Party. What do you expect him to do? He needs to support his candidate. I could understand it. I had to be telling my people on the ground, I understand why this man is supporting his candidate. What we need to do is focus on who we want and make sure we try to get the person in. That's all we need to do. Peter Obi is going to do what Peter Obi is going to do, right? And even when he came to Edo State, you saw the clamor, this thing to give it like to try and force legitimacy of the candidate that nobody wanted. But look at how it ended, right? So, yeah, let me move on.
There is nothing wrong with students' loan. I will not make it a grant. I will keep the loan. The only difference that we need to create a job. So when you come out of the school, you have a job in order to be able to pay. That is what it is. Because if I give you a loan, and that is what we are going to institute, if we are going to give you a loan, we must make sure that when you leave, you are going to have a job to pay it.
Exactly.
I met a lot of people in the schools I've been. I said it before, from Oxford to Cambridge to all the big schools I've been. I met students who came to school with student loan. The difference is that as they are leaving university, they have a job, very good job, and they were able to pay the loan. And that way, you can be able to give it to other people who need it. When you make it a grant, people will not work hard to pass. Most people that are giving student loan have conditions. You must pass. You must do well for that loan to continue. So it's actually something you can use to ensure that those who can't afford it. When I was coming in here, I met a young man who told me just now, I don't know where he is. He said, I'm a beneficiary of your program. I'm one of those who get 1 million for having first class. As governor, I insist. If you have first class, I give you 1 million. And I see them all over the world now. This one will say, oh, it was 1 million you gave me that made me to do masters and PhD. It was this that. So when it was happening in my town, in the state, I've come across people who said to me, I give you an example. There's a family. There were four kids of one parent. They all went first class. And people said to me,
Wow.
These people, I said, well, if you want this, the simple, we said first class. We're not talking about somebody who has 2-1. I didn't have first class. But I said those who have first class, I'll give them 1 million. So there's nothing wrong in loan. You use it, but you must get a job to be able to pay back.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you so much, His Excellency. Next person, please.
Thanks so much, Your Excellency, sir. I thank God the youth are now realizing the power in people is mightier than the people in power. I'm so glad for that. My name is Comrade Obedient Ontairo. My question is very simple, sir. It's not on governance, because I have confidence on that area on you, but on how to get to that governance. We are following the coalition development. This is what many have hoped on for 2027. But now, sir, if this coalition fails, which is likely, we don't pray for it, and if it succeeds, as we hope for, but Nigerians are disadvantaged by showcasing His Excellency, Peter Obi, and Biara that we want to, because we've demonstrated our strength in 2023 without structure, without anything. Now, if we are disadvantaged this time around, Mr. Peter Obi, just support the person or taking the path took in 2023, where we will even said, even though if we join state of BO party, we will follow. And we did that with a four-person treaty to get 6.1 million votes. So in conclusion, sir, if he fails to produce Mr. Peter Obi, that is disadvantaged and youth, will Mr. Peter Obi just let it be and support whosoever? Maybe Nasarawa they give us, we don't know. Or we go and show the part of 2023 where he gives the youth hope to go for election. Because we also have it that 2023 was the best time Nigeria had youth that participated in the election.
Thank you.
Sir, please, before you respond, everybody say God forbid. Everybody say go fire. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you. Let me assure you, we will work hard. We will work hard to make the coalition work. What I have told people is that I'm in a coalition for a better Nigeria. I'm in a coalition for new Nigeria. I'm in a coalition that will fight insecurity. I'm in a coalition that will fight hunger in Nigeria. I'm in a coalition that fight stress. As you know now, WHO has said that over 20 million Nigerians have mental illness due to stress because of what is happening all over the place. So imagine a country where 20 million people are mad, moving around because of stress. They don't know where the next meal will come from. So it's very, very important that we work hard to make sure we are now among the 3 most stressed countries to live in. We are now one of the hungriest countries for people to live in. We will work hard to fight this. That's the coalition we are in. And I assure you, I will continue to fight. Like I always say, I'm not just going to be Nigerian president. I'm just going to see Nigeria work. And all of us will be in the trenches fighting until we make Nigeria work.
People, in 2023 you voted, and then by what you voted, you are not supposed to lose total hope even if you are not there, because you knew that you pushed some people there, and then those people should be able to say something, but we are not hearing anything. Now, even as you are going to 2027, how do you, because you know that political parties differentiated from other organizations, from other societies by their organization. How do you manage organization in party, inside party, and then you said that people it will be based on persons. So political party cohesion. How do you manage the cohesion now? And
okay, very simple. When I said it will be based on persons, is that there will be different parties. In 2023, we went into Labour to contest the election. Assuming that 2027, we cannot contest through Labour because government have, like they are doing now, trying to make sure that there's no peace in Labour. We're not going to stay there and allow them to stop us. So we move on. And if we move on, people should be able to understand the journey. We believe, like Prof said, the parties should be able. I lived in the UK for several years. In my constituency, I was surprised. That's how, when I learned it for the first time, and they went to bring somebody who was not living in that constituency to come and contest the election there because the party wanted to win that place and be able to maintain them. If you go and read about Margaret Thatcher, you find out that there's a time he didn't contest in his own constituency. Just like you see in America, the Clintons were governor in Arkansas, but the wife contested Senate from New York. So we are not going to get to a stage where we must not stay in one place. And I know what you asked about questions of people who voted who are not talking. That is one of the things we want to change. Now you see somebody voted as Labour, tomorrow you say, I'm joining this group.
Exactly.
We must change. By the time we change the electoral law, the constitution, where we have proportional representatives, so during the election, if you win the election through Labour, you must stay in Labour 4 years. And you must do and follow the rules in Labour. So it's not something I will go there and say, you are not, you are going to, all this political prostitution must stop.
Bam. All this political prostitution must what? Stop. Look at Oshomale. Oshomale they brag. Oshomale say they talk to Okpewulu. Say make him probe Obaseki now. Requesting full account of state alleged missing funds under they instruct Okpewulu. Oh! You could listen.
You now have time to look at that hotel. From which they don't say money, tens of billions of naira was taken. And now we are told that those things is minority shareholder. You now have time to go into that. You now have time to revisit all of those roads that were did at the workshop. Compared to the one I did that are still there. Because I don't buses, don't green buses. You only remove the coverage, but the buses are the only one to do. So by the time Your Excellency now have time for the second rematch, Obaseki will have to come out from hiding to answer to those questions.
Yes, sir.
You have come to rescue it. But to rescue means you must also investigate. How did we got here? So that in the future nobody will get there. So God will give you the wisdom, the energy.
Hey, Natu, sis, welcome.
I joked with my brother as I was coming here. So I said, I don't need you now. When I'm going to Edo, like somebody who's going to his father's farm, I am not afraid anymore. Once upon a time, there's a Sabutua here.
Leader.
Hello.
Leader.
Once upon a time, I was told I can't even land by a commissioner of police. And I hope that police commissioner is in an eye to see. Not really landing or working freely.
Welcome, Mr. James. Hello.
As former governor.
Now so.
And even one or two of them who said they were leaving recently, I also challenge them, regardless of their age, after we are all ages. Let us all walk on the streets of Benin. Let's see who has done what to affect the life of the people.
Yes, sir.
So, Governor Monday, you are in the house of God.
Amen.
What God has put to stand, no man can bring down.
Amen.
And when he gives you this job, as we also told in the Bible, he will give you luggage that your neck cannot bear. He will help you to cover the so that you can cover the people. And all of us will be happy for it. I don't know whether, as I say, a collection of men and women from across the 18 local governments of Edo State, within minutes, it shows that beyond building roads and schools and everything, we also building the unity of our people, which is critical. As a state that is a minority in terms of Nigerian geopolitics, the unity of our people is essential for that your leadership. And God bless you. I said last before, you know this man here, the emergency here, he has us to observe of inside he has not shown.
Anybody wey know Okpewulu, make they tell am say make e no touch Obaseki. It's very simple. Oshomole was there. Oshomole, if they say me they open Oshomole books, he go fit stand. Let Okpewulu not allow Oshomole use him. Those who know. Not let Oshomole use you, push you to go dey investigate Obaseki. If you want investigate Oshomole first. If you got to do that, since it's calling for investigation about the books, start with Oshomole. Otherwise, remove your hand. Don't let them use you. Anybody wey know Oshomole, make them go tell am. Make it not let them use them. Because now set up. Now Oshomole won't set them up. So Oshomole was governor. Why did he not come and probe Obaseki by himself? Why? Why he not sue Obaseki by himself? Why is he not trying to use you? Anyway, they say na ancestor bring you. So me don't talk my own. Who I be? Who am I? Who am I? Little me running here and there on YouTube. What do I know? If you like, fall into the trap that they are digging for you. Bam. We dey here. We go talk, so we talk, we shout. Next, on to the next thing. So I'm coming to this jam issue. This target when they target Southeast students is very, very disheartening. Anybody when they silent about issues like this, we get problem. Everybody need to be shout, because now Southeast today, we don't know where it will be tomorrow. It's too much. This unnecessary targeting is what? It's too much. I'm going to read something that somebody shared on Twitter. This is from Alex Onya. Chinedu boy from Anambra, who scored highest in JAM, is now being accused of being a mercenary. He scored 375 of the available 400 marks in English, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. This accusation has really troubled me. I have been intensely engaging the father, Mr. Chris Okeke, since morning to get the boy's history. Here is the real situation briefly. 1. Chinedu was admitted to read medicine and surgery at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka in 2021. Number two, he started his studies and continued, albeit with serious difficulties as to the suitability of the course to his calling in life. 3, his non-acceptance of being a medical doctor culminated in his failing the 3 subjects in his second MB exam last year. 4, this confirmed to his parents that he is not built to be a doctor. So they discussed extensively with him and came to the conclusion that he would lose the 3 years he had already put in since he chose to read mechanical engineering, which required the replacement of biology with mathematics in 2025 JAM. 5, he returned to Lagos and was immediately enlisted with Achievers Academy in Amuwo for studies and JAM registration, since the academy does the two. He took his studies very seriously and won all the academy's local prizes for academic excellence. He eventually took the 2025 JAM examination and was among those affected by the notorious 2025 JAM systems glitches. Eventually, he reprinted his exam slip and participated in the repeat JAM exam. 6, here we are. He scored 375 marks, surpassing all previous established JAM scores. Indeed, his stellar academic performance has attracted mixed reactions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. JAM statements, unfortunately, have been among the ugly. We hope that the organization will rather conduct a thorough investigation and probably extend a thoughtful apology to Chinedu. Chinedu is from Anambra State and had filled his profile page and all other documents relating to JAM appropriately. Unfortunately, JAM migrated wrong details from the NIN platform and placed on his 2021 JAM examination slip. Chinedu's NIN details have since been corrected and transmitted to JAM in the form of data correction in 2021. This can be confirmed on his profile page. We've commended Chinedu and will continue to do so for his resilience, commitment, and unparalleled resolve to achieve his goals, which we confirmed is not rooted in medicine and surgery. We have thought that Chinedu's overall attitude should be commended and recommended for those students whose initial attempts do not end in success. Try again. Okay? If we do not call this out, we have a problem as a society, where children are being targeted for their excellence and their brilliance. This is a huge problem in our society. I don't know how much more we're going to keep taking and keep being quiet about. This thing will go round. Who dey power today no go dey tomorrow? Is this what we want to? Is this a circle we want to continue? This is why 2027 is very important in our lives. We must ensure that we take that country back. The people that are currently ruling you, they do not give a damn. Who knows how much of that country they've already sold? Look at the number of farmers in the Middle Belt and the North that they've unalived. They've even destroyed their soil. Nobody's talking about that because GMOs first started in the North. That's why they did the experiment. They have destroyed most of their soils in the North. This is why hunger is on another level in Nigeria. It's up to you and I. 2027 is a promise we should keep to ourselves. You see these people, come what may, they must be uprooted from our soil. Now you and me get land. Now you and me get Nigeria. No be anybody else. If you talk say no concern me, the day when it go concern you, you don't know. So, we move. Mesomaha own happen. We watched a young girl being castigated on social media. Nobody know that girl mind frame. How that thing go to affect her future, we don't know yet. We watched it. I even did the story on it here. Okay. Oh, we move along. Hey, make una hear o. Western Post. Donald Trump, US, is insisting that Nigeria takes 300,000 Venezuela deportees as condition for lifting visa restrictions. You see the trick when they won't pull on Nigeria. They don't restrict Nigerian visa on purpose so that they go fit insist say may they take the Venezuelan deportees. Make I read that from now. This is from Western Post. Western Post NG. If you want to go catch the story. And this is by Kunle Sani. The United States government has told the federal government that the non-immigrant visa restrictions placed on Nigeria will only be lifted on the condition that the Nigerian government accept 300,000 Venezuelan, may we add, prisoners. Western Post has learned. According to a source familiar with the matter, the demand was conveyed during a closed-door meeting between the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills, and senior Nigerian government officials held in Abuja earlier this week. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria told Nigerian government officials in a meeting that Nigeria should take 300,000 Venezuelan deported immigrants to get the visa restriction reviewed, the source discussed. The revelation follows the U.S. government's recent decision to reduce the validity of non-immigrant visas issued to Nigerian applicants from 2 years with multiple entries to 3 months with a single entry. In response, the Nigerian presidency expressed strong disapproval. Kudos to T-Pain for that. Kudos to what? T-Pain for that, stating that Nigeria has not altered its visa policy for American citizens, including the 5-year multiple entry visa provision still available to U.S. nationals. On Thursday, Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga publicly rejected what he described as pressure from the administration of the U.S. President Donald Trump to accept Venezuelan deportees, saying Nigeria would not serve as a dumping ground for immigrants unrelated to its geographical obligations. However, in an official statement released on Friday via its verified X, formerly Twitter, handle, the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria gave a different explanation for the policy change, one that contradicts the account provided by diplomatic sources. The U.S. mission Nigeria wishes to address misconceptions about the recent reduction in visa validity for most non-immigrant U.S. visas in Nigeria and other countries. This reduction is not the result of any nation's stance on third country deportees, introduction of re-visa policies, or affiliation with groups like BRICS. The reduction in validity is part of an ongoing global review of the use of U.S. visas by other countries using technical and security benchmarks to safeguard U.S. immigration systems, the statement read. You guys better keep an eye on that, because they are trying to smuggle in Venezuelan prisoners. Okay, as if we don't have enough problems in that country. That is exactly what they are trying to do. In case you don't know, you people should keep your head above water and pay attention. Oshomole, the short devil, of course, not mind Oshomole. Mona, pay attention. Make Trump no go send Venezuelan prisoners to us for Nigeria. Everybody should open their eyes. We have enough problems that we're dealing with in Nigeria. We don't need extra. We have internal problems. We have external problems. They want to add more. Are you people listening? Okay, Emil, welcome. Good to see you. I don't understand. There's a particular Nigerian journalist that I'm actually surprised and disappointed at. Her name is Adesua. I don't know whether she's working for the Bill Gates Foundation. I really don't know. Anything like this West Africa weekly report that I just read to you guys about how the Bill Gates Foundation, CIA-linked NGOs, and M16, they are writing Nigeria's security, health, food, and tax laws. This girl is always fond of debunking, always coming. I don't understand. Adesua, I don't understand. She's from Edo. She's Benin. Hey, oh, money talk. So these people are just taking money and selling their people out. We not go agree for them. Oh, exactly, Emil. That's my point. That's what the Trump administration is trying to do to Nigeria. Nigerians, 2027 is a date with destiny. Otherwise, your land will not be your own. No. Soon, guess what? They will sneak in their people into that. When they bring them to your country, wait decades later, these same people will be looking for a way to ethnically cleanse you people. In case you don't know what the end game is. I don't talk my own, no. Moving along. There's so much to talk about. Okay, let me read this for you guys. No, say me, this NGO thing, GMO thing, I'm paying attention to all the details because not on my watch. Guess what, guys? This is from P-Shegs. 22 out of Nigerians' 33 grain silos. 22 out of 33 Nigerian grain silos, food storage, in case for those who don't know, was almost ceded off to foreigners by past administration. Buhari's administration. That's like handing over your kitchen store to your neighbor. Shout out to the National Assembly Committee on Agric for shutting down that deal. They even made it to being called out for the public hearing on GMOs, where the GMO ambassadors were lampooned badly. Case is still on and I'm monitoring. If you're concerned, if the politicians will do right, see it this way. No one is traveling out to eat breakfast or lunch. So they, politicians, so far are pumped to fixing this mess. We still have good ones. Okay. While on this, let's see a few of what these guys have been up to. When you listen to officials of the Institute of Agricultural Research, Zaria, and the OFAB Nigeria staff, Abraham, who is said to have worked on the BPR cowpea and won an international award for it, you would think the whole thing is indigenous to Nigeria. But here is a list of the patent owners and sponsors. You said dropped the bar for this project. I challenge the terms of the contract and funding details being between USAID and their partners and their our scientists be made public. Let's see everything about this deal. The USAID that from all indications and reports from the president of the US don't leave their own country. Do you think they love you that much to engineer a new type of beans for you? Alexa, play me Wake Up by Dunsi Oyekon. To let he who have ear hear. Lily, welcome. Oh, Ifeanyi, welcome. Me, I'm very, very particular about food. Farming, I know, una know. Hey. They summoned the NNPC boss. The guy snubbed it too. He snubbed him. They said they summoned him over the 210 trillion naira probe. Nigeria, God. You know why I'm stressing this and I'm reading it out the way I am? So that Nigerians will hear and you won't say you don't know. Because all of us now, we've all become activists. You will not say that you are not aware. You can't say that. The The man snub the summon when they summon and come National Assembly. Say who they be, who be their papa. You not send them. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Precisely the school of so lending my voice against the unparalleled madness happening at the University of Calabar, precisely the school of dentistry, where around 300 students have been asked to vacate the school, start admission processes afresh in a school, or go and learn a trade. Some of these students are reportedly currently contemplating suicide. These are students who have dedicated the last 5, 6, 7 years to the pursuance of their first degree, and you tell them at the peak of their graduation that you cannot graduate them, that they have to leave, they have to start afresh somewhere else. Apparently, the background story is, on admission, the admission criteria of 10 students per quota was disrespected, and the school made admissions of around 90 students per quota, breaking the ceiling by more than 9 times. Now, over the past couple of years, these overflow has accumulated into a student base that they cannot graduate, and now the students have to take the blame. The students have to bear the brunt. I do not want to believe that it is an administrative oversight, because you've earned money from them. In the last 6, 7 years, you've collected tuition, administrative levy, departmental levy. You've collected all sort of payments. Now, to now stand up, wake up one day and tell them that you cannot graduate them cannot happen. But there is only one place that it can happen. Of course, it's in Nigeria, where incompetence does not have a consequence. Somebody needs to take responsibility. Somebody needs to be held responsible. I mean, it cannot be the students. It doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world where you can decide to not graduate 300 students because of an administrative oversight. We do not want situations where some of these students begin to effect substance to their claim of committing suicide, or begin to commit or carry out bodily harm. Please, graduate the dentistry students at the University of Calabar. Whoever needs to be held responsible. I don't know who to tag. I don't know who to call on. I've just been seeing the conversations online, and I cannot just imagine myself in that shoe where I would spend the last 6, 7 years for one degree. And you tell me that you cannot graduate me because at the time of admission, you admitted more people than you should have. You collected my school fees for 5, 6 years. You collected my school fees. I made payments. In the last 5 years, I've been privileged to consolidate 3 degrees in the span of 5 years. Now, I'm just putting myself in that person's shoe, in one of these students' shoe, that you've had to dedicate 5, 6, 7 years for 1 degree, and they tell you they cannot graduate you because of something they did. It cannot happen. If we need to begin to rally for nationwide protests, speaking up for these students at the University of Calabar, we should. And this is just a test of broken, dysfunctional structures across the country, across the system. It's a systemic problem. In education, it's present. In health, it's present. The decay is persistent across all sectors. It is the full-on display of anyhowness. It is the comfort in mediocrity. It's the comfort it's the comfort in wickedness, unchallenged wickedness, the comfort and unchallenged impunity. It's a testament of the decay across all of these sectors, and that is why you can, in wickedness, tell 300 students they should go and learn a trade. If they wanted to learn a trade, they would not have come and look for admission at your school. They will not have asked you to admit them. You should not have collected their money. You should not have collected their money. So please, if you see this video, add your voice and speak up for the students and the Department of Dentistry at the University of Calabar. Graduate those students.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Eh? Can you imagine that? You go school finish, dentistry school, because of administrative or whatever they call it, they are not telling you that they are not going to graduate you. Hey! Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Eh? This is crazy. This is wild. I'm not even going to. This is so wild. Eh? Listen to this. So, after wasting $18 billion on turnaround maintenance, NNPCL says option to sell moribund Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries now on the table. Mona they hear una government. Anyway, my people, make we take seal this one for today. If I get chance, I come back. If I not get chance, I not come. I go see you now tomorrow. But as soon as they go, I bet more now remember. We have a country to save. You cannot go and lock yourself and stay under the bed, though. Come out. You are needed. Everybody should come out, too. Hey. And they look for our song. Okay, guys, on your way out, please like and share the video. If you're catching this on replay, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you did not watch the beginning of this, please make sure you watch it too. I beg, as the title indicates, it's very important, guys. So I'll see you guys on my next one. Thank you so much for joining me.
Looking for way, full everywhere. They say make we come, better go come, but now only then they enjoy the sun. Children they hungry, school no they.
Yeah, Tracy, I saw that. Yep, I will certainly be there. Hey, barrister, we must collect autograph now, Tracy. Now me and you go twerk for him. Thank you.
Now who get connection? They see the fun. We dey pray, we dey hope for light, but darkness full everywhere at night. Suffer, Nigerians they suffer. If them they loot and proper. suffer, how long we go wait? If you them, they chop the state. Hunger kill it, but we get the fire. But then how we go rise higher. Yo, yo we dey break put down. Yo we dey break put down. We dey break put down. Yo we dey break put down. Still we dey stand, we no go drown.
So that's it, guys. See you on my next one. Bye.